FM 1 watt transceiver, tiny little BAOFENG. You can't program the radio just with the radio, you have to do it with computer software. It's got 16 channels and you can put some UHF frequencies and repeaters in. And I'm running Windows 10 64-bit. I'll include these two files in the description below. It's the driver, the prolific driver 3.200 and the 9100 English setup software. That's caused a bit of confusion. This radio is called a T1, but it's not called the T1 software, so a lot of people couldn't find the software. So I'll install the driver. Just say yes to everything. Install the driver. Install the software. Haven't got the radio connected yet. Very primitive, simple software. Very easy to use. So the driver's in, the software is in. I'm now going to connect the radio by USB. Radio's switched on. USB cables in. So I've installed the software and I've got this icon here, 9100. Whenever installing software, always check it reads from the radio before you try and use it. So that's good, it works. Now the confusion I had initially was this radio comes with a with a charging cable only, and it looks like an Android. It's a mini USB type connector on one end, USB on the other, and I thought it was a programming cable, and I kept getting loads of errors and COM port conflicts, and it was just a nightmare. You know, this radio can only be programmed with a proper BAOFENG cable, which I've now ordered and got and I'm using, but very confusing. You know, the radio took 2 or 3 weeks to come, and then I found out the cable didn't work because they hadn't it wasn't included. So I then ordered a proper T1 cable, which took 2 or 3 weeks to come from some Ching Chong Chinese warehouse. It was only £5, you know, so it would have been much better to get it with the radio. So I've established it's now reading from the radio. Now I have used this before, and in the radio I have one repeater here on channel 1. So very primitive software. I'm just going to go and put in my local repeater just to show you how you put a repeater in. So on channel 2 I'm going to put in my local repeater, which is GB3CI. So I'm just going to get all the details off my phone. I know what they are, I just don't want to make an error. I'm just going in my local repeater book software on my phone. Right, I want UHF repeaters, and I'm looking for GB3CI. Right, I've got it in front of me. Right, so I'm going to program in channel 2 43825. There's no receive tone on this one. Transmit frequency is plus 7.6, so just going to do that on the calculator. I mean, I know what it is, I just want to make sure it's correct. $438,425. So I've got receive frequency, transmit frequency, and the transmit tone to open it. 77. Got it on wide. You can have wide and narrow. You can add it to the scan, so when you press scan it will stop on any activity. And you've got loads of options here, just go through them quickly. You've got squelch levels, vox levels, talk out timer. I'll set that to 3 minutes. Battery saver. You've got an FM radio. Quite surprising, on a UHF only, you've got an FM radio. You can have high and low power. It doesn't look like you can assign high and low power to the individual channels. So I'm mainly going to use this as a node radio, so I'm going to leave it on low power. It's 1 watt, half a watt or 1 watt. You've got a tail eliminate on and off, busy lock, key tip, not sure what that is, language, English or Chinese, English, relay, not sure what that is. There is an actual relay channel here. You can set a channel just for relay, another channel for emergency, as well as all the other channels. Backlight. I'll keep it on sustain, keep it on all the time. Scan mode. Yeah, I think the scan's best. You've got FM radio, 76 to 108. So you can change it for different countries. Timer tip. Anyway, so it's a very basic setup, which will suit a lot of people. So I've got it programmed in with my new repeater. Program that to the radio. Nice and quick. Hope I haven't just turned on that Chinese voice. Anyway, so I think I might have done that by accident.
1.
Yep, so that's now programmed up. Just going to pull the wire out. Just going to test it works on a repeater. 2E0 UKH, just doing a demo of a BAOFENG T1. Right, so I'm opening the repeater, just checking anyone can hear me. 2E0 UKH on a BAOFENG T1 UHF mini radio. Anyway, I'm opening up the repeater.
Signal loud and clear. Mike 0 Oscar Mike Tango.
Mike 0 Oscar Mike Tango to Echo 0 Uniform Kilo Hotel. Yeah, thanks for coming back to me. I'm just programming up a tiny little T1 BAOFENG UHF radio. Is the audio okay?
Well, sounding cheesy, it sounds absolutely beautiful. No problem whatsoever. If I sound as good as that, then all the good, I guess. Yeah, I don't know the radio, but it sounds very, very nice.
Yeah, okay, thanks, that's great. It's a new BAOFENG, very tiny, UHF only. It only does a watt, but it's only £15, and it's a nice tiny one to use as a node radio. Look it up on the internet. It's a BAOFENG T1. Okay, thanks for the report. I'm just recording a little video of it working, if that's okay.
Yeah, 2 UKHM 0OMT. Yeah, no problem. No problem. Like I say, it sounds absolutely fantastic. I shall take a look at it on Google. Name is Stuart. I'm up in Tyne, we are Newcastle upon Tyne.
Okay, Stuart, thanks for coming back to me and just demonstrating the audio. The audio is very good. It doesn't go very quiet, just for the video. I'll just say I've got it on minimum volume and it's a bit too loud for me. It's not like a volume knob, it's an up and down job, and it's on the lowest possible and it's a bit loud. Anyway, minor thing. Anyway, 7.3, thanks for the QSO.
My pleasure. Do enjoy your evening. 7-3 and 0-1-3.
Yep, 732E0 UKH. Yeah, well, I hope that picked it up okay. Quite pleased with that. Nice tiny little radio for my node. But it's no good, you can't program it from the radio, so bear that in mind. Okay, that's the programming part.